about that. And we're just gonna go for it. So the first question was how to do a good gallery wall, and can you have too many gallery walls? The ideal way to do it is to take the time to cut out paper in the size of the photos that you're wanting to put on the wall, lay them out, tape them to the wall so that you can see exactly where they're going to be, what sizes fit good next to other sizes. I always say don't overcomplicate it, and I do this with a lot of design. All the pictures that you have, if you already have them, and cut out paper in the sizing and then blue tape them, painter's tape on the wall so you can see them before they're up, and make sure that you like the way that they're arranged. If you don't have the pictures yet, get them in a shopping cart wherever it is that, if you're buying them online. I guess if you're vintage shopping and things like that, that makes it harder. But if you fall in love with the piece that you're vintage shopping for, just buy it. Too many times I had clients or myself miss out on something because they saw something they loved, and they're just more one-of-a-kind things that you find when you're antiquing or vintage shopping or even Goodwill or anything like that. There's usually some steals that you can get. So just buy it, and then once you have a collection that you want to put up, you can do the paper trick for that. Or usually I get the pieces first and then I would arrange it based on that. But you could also figure out the square footage of the wall and then make sure that you buy pictures that won't take up more than the amount of space that you have on the wall. Obviously there's some math involved there. Kind of busy work and it takes time, but that's the best way to do it if you're not comfortable just eyeballing it. I eyeball my photos 99.9% of the time. I especially think photo walls that there's all different sizes, all different frames. They just don't have to be perfect. Now, if you're gonna do like exact same sizes, then you need to measure it out and make sure that everything's spaced perfectly. Have it more in a grid pattern so it all fits within a box. But if everything's different sizes, different frames, different photos, different colors, all those things, then it's okay to just go for it, wing it. And then you can even start one and then fill it in as you get more pieces. As far as like, can you have too many gallery walls? That just depends, I think, on the style of your home. I think if you're more eclectic, if you just have a more of a bold vibe, if you're more of a maximalist and not a minimalist, then again, it's your home and just go for it. Do what feels good to you. Do what makes you feel at home, what makes it your style. You don't have to subscribe to any sort of set rules and regulations. There just aren't any. Even as designers, every designer is very individualistic in what they like and what they do. So I would say one gallery wall in my house is what I would do, but I prefer to be busier with like beams and stone and tile and more of the architecture or hard finishes, and then soften up obviously with like pillows and things like that. But I don't do a ton on my walls. I just don't actually have a lot of wall space because I do a lot of built-in shelves. So the second question was, how do you stay true to your design style while not being swayed by trends? And again, I think we go back to just do what feels right to you. If you love what's trendy right now, then add some trend to your house. I think great ways to do this is through the softer finishes. So pillows, curtains, rugs, things that are easy to switch out. Obviously, like tile and countertops are harder. So I'm not sure if this question is applying to just decorating or if it's applying to remodel. If we're remodeling, mix in some things that are trendy with the classic stuff. But there are trends, I think, that are trends that you see come back around that I would say, even though they're trending right now, they're not really ever gonna fully go out of style. A good example of that is subway tile. There's classic homes that subway tile will never look bad in. If you do subway tile in a new build, I would say right now it's not a really popular thing. It was 10 years ago, everybody was doing subway tile again. But I do believe that subway tile, because it's such a staple in just like beautiful older architecture, it's never really gonna fully go out of style. There are ways to do subway tile and add your own thing to it. So do a square tile in an offset pattern versus a 2x8 tile, or just doing pops of color. It's been your favorite color for 20 years. Do that. Even if it's not, if it's magenta and that's just not trendy right now, but you love magenta, do it. Or if magenta is trending right now and it just happens to be your favorite color, so like burgundy is the color for next year, I think, so go with it. But I'm definitely all about making your home yours and figuring out what it is that you have always loved. And if it's something that's new that you love and you're worried that you won't love it in a few years, I don't know, there's potentially ways to apply it that isn't as permanent as others. Wallpaper is a great example. Wallpaper is a little bit expensive to install, but at the same time, if you want it to come down and you don't love it in 5 years, it's not that hard to get wallpaper down, and you can paint the wall and it will be gone. Softer finishes, core and not your construction finishes. But I say, even if it's a trend, but it's something that you love, so especially in color palettes and textures, just go for it. It's your home, and nobody else needs to love it except you. And I think as far as resale and things like that, that's always a big topic when it comes to designing homes. Well, what if we move in 10 years or 5 years and know for sure you're going to be moving in a few years? There's something there. But if it's just like a maybe but kind of a thing, I would just ignore it and just design your home and make it yours. And then if you do end up needing to sell and move, hopefully they are things that have been done well. I would say this is one of the reasons why you can hire a designer, is because usually we can bring in those more bold, trendy aspects in a way that is going to be done well. And I'm just so for making your home the place that you create memories in, the place that you come home every day and take a deep breath and get renewed and refreshed. For me, it's my spiritual place. It's where I talk to Jesus. I work, eat, breathe, live everything out of my house. And so making it something that allows me to think clearly, allows me to commune with the Lord, those are the things that are important to me. So those are the things that I design around. And everybody has their things in their home that are important to them. And so that's what I would say design around. If you're love to cook and you're entertaining all the time, focus on your kitchen, make it yours. Don't be afraid to go with the colorful tile that you absolutely love just because that's not what's popular right now. Or if it is trendy, but you're scared it's not going to be popular in 10 years, but you love it, then just do that. Do what brings you joy on an everyday basis, to bring people into your home without any hesitation, that makes you feel good about hosting, that makes you feel good about sharing life with other people, that allows you to operate peacefully, that allows you to function well in your home. Design does that. Design allows you to just operate on a daily basis in a way that makes your life smoother in other areas. It allows you to leave the house with more peace as you go and tackle the day, versus frustrated about your design of your home because things aren't functioning properly, or it's just designed in a way that is not pleasing to you. And so every day when you wake up, just notice the things that you want to change all the time. Just make it yours.